us because Hermanos didn't bullshit around. We did our work. We served the community like no one had ever served the community at UCD. No one. And when we were through doing that our first 2 years, everybody on campus was like, I don't need to see anything else. I know where I want to be. I know what I want to do. And so I can tell you that in the second year, there was 2 people left in the fraternity. And they came to us and they told us, in not so many words, to give them a break. To give them a break. And at that time, we didn't continue to go out because the thing about the fraternities at the beginning, right? I know right now it's a whole different thing. But the thing about the fraternities was that you're part of the Greek system. And being part of the Greek system doesn't have a whole lot to do with what our culture and our heritage is. Now, that's now it's a kind of a different thing. But way back then, we didn't want to be part of a system that wasn't homegrown. And a system, quite frankly, that, used to have parties that used to make fun of Mexicans. They used to make fun of Latinos. They used to have, Rosa Maria, the Mexican whore dances. They used to have wetback night to go underneath the fraternities. They don't do that shit anymore. And they do, they get in trouble, and I'm going to tell you why they don't do that shit anymore. Because we put a stop to that. Necha, ourselves, in 1989, 90, and 91, that shit wasn't okay anymore. And so you have a very, so when I talk to you, it's from I know the perspective is a little different now, but that's where Hermanos started. Being proud of your culture, giving back to your community, having fun, having support. We always threw the best parties in town, no question.
We still do, bro.
And every party was a fundraiser giving back to the community, right? It wasn't just a party to have a party. So it was all interconnected. It's the first time we had academic support groups was through Hermanos, besides UCD and what UCD does. The first time there was real academic support group, Hermanos did that. The first time Latino student organization responded to a nationwide crisis in 1989, there was an earthquake that disrupted the Bay Area, that blew up the A's and the Giants. Well, Hermanos went and did earthquake relief in Watsonville. What you didn't hear about was in Hollister, in Watsonville, Raza, the community, their homes destroyed, cracked in half. Didn't have nobody, FEMA, didn't have anybody who spoke Spanish to go out and do the relief or figure out, what families were affected and what money they could receive. Hermanos did that, right? Spur of the moment, nothing planned. We just saw that our community needed us. We organized, we mobilized. Within 3 weeks, we were out in Hollister. So that's the kind of spirit that Hermanos comes from. Protecting that spirit, community service, protecting ourselves, making sure that everybody graduates, making sure that it's not just about the parties, because that's cool, but it's not just about being active, because that's cool, but it don't mean anything if we don't graduate. So balancing, that's what life is about, right? Balancing. And every time Hermanos did more, everybody in the group grew from that, right? Because when you do more projects, when you take on bigger projects, complicated projects, you guys are organizing. You guys are figuring stuff out on the fly. And you can't learn that from English 101 or Psych 102. You don't get that from those classes. You get that from organizing, from working on real problems. And when you take your degree and you go out into the work world, they want to see you know how to do something with it. So the more involved that Hermanos is, the bigger the projects, the more direct meeting of the need, the more you guys flourish as well. Because at 4 or 5 or maybe 6 years for a lot of folks, then Hermanos undergrad stops. And you go out to the real world. And can you take what you learn in Hermanos, the brotherhood, the fellowship, can you take all those good things and apply it? And now, so it started in 89 more or less, right? So now we have over 25 years? 25?
Almost.
25
Next
years,
year.
right?
25.
So, if you take everybody in totality, there's probably close to about 700 or 800 of us out there, right? And that's what we're doing as alumni. Some of you may know that we were able to start a scholarship We got about $20,000 in the bank right now, and we had the applications come out. I don't. Did any hermanos apply for that scholarship? Anybody here apply for that scholarship?
I don't think probably not.
So basically, I'm just saying that because the alumni is now starting to come together. And you have alumni who have done a lot of great things out there. There's a lot of great Hermanos alumni. So this is an organization that not only has lasted over all these years, but is now reinventing itself in its alumni. And when we get our stuff together, you're going to understand the power of the original people that took on this organization. Because when the alumni gets together, when we create our nonprofit, you will begin to see the impact that we're going to have on the community like you've never seen it before. So I mean, those are just snippets. It's so hard to tell you, about the Hermanos from the beginning. But every year is a challenge. Every year is a challenge because Hermanos is only as good as its leadership. And it's only as good as the vision that the coordinators and the organizing group can put forth. And it's only as good as Hermanos is true to who they are. If you're going to be fake, no one's going to want to be a part of that. Can you be true to what your roots are? Can you be true to the vision that you can have for your community? It's not just, I know we still do the Halloween party, right? That was from the beginning. We still do the Winter's Toy Drive, right? That was from the beginning. What else you guys have? One other thing, I can't remember what it is.
My
Scholarship. That was from the very beginning. And so my challenge for you guys, and tradition is great. Tradition has its place. But every year the challenge is how creative, how visionary can you be with your group, with that particular group? And can you, besides those big, wonderful things, can you deal with the other big, wonderful things, which is your hermanos or hermanas, as it were? How do you treat each other? Can you be good to each other? You don't gotta love everybody. We didn't love each other, but you know what? We did right by each other. Whether I loved you or not, if you needed something, I'd do it for you. I'd do it for you. And mostly, I would do it for you because even if I didn't love you when we went and we did our charity drives, when we went and we did our community service, that bonds you together. I know I've been in battle with this person. I know that I may not agree with this person and how they are, but I know that their deep commitments are the same as mine.
It's all about familia, right? You're never always going to get along with your brother. Right. Hey, you're going to fight with them and fuck you, I hate you, or blah, blah. But that's your carnal, right? So it's fine. And you're going to get along. At the end of the day, you're going to be like, alright, fucking, alright, hermano, fucking blah, blah. And that's what it is.
And it's hard, right? It's hard because we do so much. You have your parties, you have your academics, you have your community service, and the interesting thing about Hermanos has always been, if it's Mecha, you have people who are politically oriented. If it's Cales, you got engineers. But in Hermanos, you have people from all of those corners. And so the awesome thing when you're a coordinator or you're part of the organizing group, is you be given a gift, can you coordinate the talents of engineers and the political people and the people who love to do stuff in the community? Can you coordinate all these folks and bring the best out in them through Hermanos? That's the great thing about Hermanos. Cales has great people because they're engineers, so they think a certain way. Mecha because they have political people and they think a certain way. We got everybody. The recruiter, whoever the recruiter is, when you're out recruiting, coordinators, when you're out trying to bring people together, remember you've got the talents of the best of the community, all the way around, all the way around. And the best years of Hermanos have always been those years when you were able to cultivate those talents of everyone for the good of the community. So.
brother.
So there you go.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Do you want beer? Grammy stuff.
Dude, no.